And right now we're doing instruction or talking about the use of force simulator. It's designed to teach law enforcement and any off-duty or on-duty military. It's got situations for personal protection, and it's just real-life scenarios with real actors, real people, and the situations could be lethal, non-lethal, compliance. You could branch them out into any different situations to where, like I said, you're going to get compliance, or you're going to have to use lethal force, or you would actually die if you don't do nothing in the situations. As a police officer, a training officer is going through the system, you can escalate the situation with the actors, and each scenario is branched out with so many different options where by escalation they could grab a weapon, they can actually come at you, run and attack you, develop a handgun or produce a handgun. They could produce a crowbar, or they can comply with the trainee that's giving commands. And that's just kind of what this is used for. Use of force is use your verbalization as a training officer. It's you got different video scenarios here. You can choose between an active shooter situation, domestic calls, violence calls, anything suspicious calls. There's folders here you can choose for patrol, if a police officer's on patrol, off-duty situations, and even civilian situations for personal defense. Basically, you're going to choose a weapon and assign it, and then the person would use that weapon that it's assigned to on the system here. It's a pretty good system for use of force because it gives us the real-life experience here rather than out there, and if you train for it here, you're going to be better prepared to handle a real life situation.
We were very excited when we found out that we were going to be able to get the TI Labs firearm simulator. This is a fantastic training tool to add to our training arsenal. It gives our officers the ability to make split-second decisions and situations awareness, and makes them also have an opportunity to think about what it is that they're going to do, whether they need to fire or de-escalate the situation. This training tool also can have multiple users. We can have up to 6 officers at one time going into a situation. Currently we have over 750 different scenarios loaded into the machine, and each one of those scenarios can also be altered numerous times to have a different outcome. It's a fantastic tool for us also. We want to make sure that we have the best possibly trained officers out on the street, and this tool will help us provide that training to our officers, which in turn creates a better trained officer for the department and for all the citizens of the city of Butler. Basically what we have here, this is an actual Glock pistol. It's the same brand that we use on a daily basis. This one here is a 40 caliber, and you'll notice this metal protrusion on the end of the barrel here is actually part of the laser that works internally. So we have a pistol available to us. We also have this weapon here, which is also a live weapon. This is a AR-15 platform weapon, and you'll notice here where the bullets would go inside a regular magazine. There's 2 CO2 cartridges here, and also has the laser up here on the barrel. Each time that the officer pulls the trigger, the bolt mechanism will actually come back and go forward, which kind of gives the feeling of the gun actually being fired. Let me see your hand.
You want to see my hand? I got it right here.
Let me see it now.
Look at the guy that left. I work here. Yeah, I work here. Give the light.
Get on the ground!
Don't shoot.
Get on the ground! Bring your right hand up so that I can see it. Raise your right hand. Okay. All right, stay right there.
I just went through a scenario where there was a subject in a warehouse. I've done this scenario a couple of different times, and one of the Butler officers did it once too. It had 3 different outcomes. The first time I went through, he produced a staple gun and I shot at him. Obviously that's not something you're supposed to do. The second time, the police officer went through and he produced a gun and shot at the police officer. This last time, the subject complied with my commands. As you can see, there's different scenarios and different outcomes depending on what the desired effect is. Police officers can review different scenarios and learn from different situations, learn from mistakes, and just develop strategies as they deal with the public.